Yo, what is going on, Guardians? J-Man here, and today we're getting controversial. I already know the Crucible Sweats are gonna hate me for this one, but please just hear me out. While we all love the MMORPG and not so much FPS Destiny 2, there's always a pain point that we're complaining about. And what's interesting is some of these pain points are straight up created and caused by the community at large. For example, some of y'all might remember when Trials was actually cancelled for multiple weekends due to the Hake win trading. After Trials was called off for the first time, the community literally knew that doing the same win trading nonsense would cancel Trials again. And of course, the losers went right back to their exploits and we were left with another weekend of no endgame PvP. Now in this video, I want to talk about the pain point the Sweat community creates from only running stacked in Trials. And what I like to do before diving into my opinion is actually start by countering some of the arguments that I know folks are going to bring to the table. So, you absolutely can stack up for some cards throughout the weekend. There's nothing wrong with teaming up with strong players for some chances at an adept role and endgame materials and all that jazz. And there's nothing wrong with playing with your friends. I run stacked, all the big streamers run stacked, it's part of the game. But stacking for the entire weekend causes many of the problems that the community loves to complain about. Let me actually break this down for y'all with some fancy charts. So this is a bell curve, and for my non-math geeks out there, this is basically a way to represent the spread or distribution of large populations. You would think that this is how the Crucible player population looks based on skill, where most players are in the middle around a 1.0 KD, a small percentage are still learning with the 0.5, and the last small percentage are the Sweats with the 2.0 KDs. But in my experience, this is actually not the case at all. In fact, we have the exact opposite of a bell curve. Most players are either on the lower end or higher end of skill with a very small population of average players in the middle. And this is a really bad situation that, in my opinion, was actually created by the egotistical Sweat community. As these Sweats continue to stack and stack and stack, average players continue to get worse or just quit completely. And these lower end skill folks, they're not playing for fun. They're literally playing with the hopes of maybe getting a Reed's Regret, or they're just suffering through Iron Banner to get some pinnacles knowing that the stacked teams are just going to continue to mercy them. Now, I don't have the data to back this up, but think of all your Crucible matches. 90% of the time it feels like you're either mercying the other team or getting mercied. There's little to no in between. I mean, just look at an LFG forum. Posts are either for looking for one more 2.0 plus KD, or looking for a team to try to just get a single win. For my Sweats that only stack out there, this is why you need to stop running stacked all weekend long of Trials and in PvP in general. We just made a rage video about the Flawless pool, but when I think about it a bit more, I realize that the stacked Sweats are the reason it's even here in the first place. So if you're someone who is just stacking and teabagging all weekend, you have zero right to complain about the Flawless pool in Trials. But like I mentioned, get your Flawless in, get your God roll Sola Scar that you're never going to use, and chill with the squad for a good time. But afterwards, consider pulling in other folks for cards. Why not start grabbing these 0.6 KD players and teach them a thing or two to help out the population for everyone? A stronger, healthier player population always makes things best for all. And just to be real with y'all, no one cares about your inflated stats that you farm for. I know some of y'all do it with the hopes of standing out to the community and making a name for yourself, but it is so obvious to point out a stat farmer, which in the grand scheme of things just makes you look worse. You don't see Grenader Jake or Frostbolt or ZK Mushroom tweeting about their Trials KD, and those dudes run the directory, and not by running stacked and teabagging noobs all weekend. So look yo, don't take this personally if you run stacked often. I have nothing against you, and I like to run stacked with my friends as well. Just consider the side effects that you're creating if you run stacked 100% of the time. Hey yo, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you agree at all, feel free to throw a like, or if you disagree, give me a thumbs down. I'm definitely open to hearing some opinions on this, so if I pissed you off, throw a comment down below. Guardians, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the Cosmodrome.